Devendra Fadnavis won the trust vote today, but under a huge cloud, with the Speaker only allowing a voice vote and not agreeing for a division as demanded by the Congress and the Shiv Sena, which means the BJP is through and can survive with the NCP's unconditional support since the Sena is now officially in the opposition. The NCP claims that they were planning to abstain, but the BJP will have to explain how it can accept the support of a party it once called the Nationalist Corrupt Party. The Sena and the Congress have accused the BJP today of murdering democracy and even Gehraud the governor in some dramatic protests that took place earlier today. In fact, we'll just play out those pictures for you shortly. I spoke a little while earlier, in fact, just a few minutes ago, to the former Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Senior Congress leader Prithviraj Chavan, because 5 Congress MLAs have now been suspended as a result of that heckling of the governor. Mr. Chavan, you've protested strongly today against what happened in the Maharashtra Assembly. Now 5 MLAs have been suspended by the Speaker for allegedly injuring the governor in that protest. What is your first reaction?
First of all, what happened in the morning was unacceptable. The governor of Maharashtra had asked the minority government to prove its majority on the floor of the House. Today was the appointed day. But when the time came, the government ran away with a voice vote. They failed to put the resolution to vote. They avoided division of votes because they did not have a majority. And therefore, it is an unconstitutional government. It has no sanctity. It has no legitimacy. And this is precisely the fact that we wanted to bring to the notice of the Honorable Governor. The Congress party wrote to the governor requesting him to give our delegation time. Unfortunately, as the governor was to address the joint session, he could not give us time. And when he came to address the joint session, we had no option but to protest loudly and shout slogans asking the governor to first decide the legitimacy of this government. Unfortunately, we did try to block governor's passage, but there is absolutely no intention of insulting the governor. It was a loud protest, without a doubt. But can you imagine a minority government, a government which has no legitimacy, trying to rule the state of Maharashtra? Every single decision that they take would be unconstitutional. Therefore, it is the constitutional duty of the governor to insist on a vote on the floor of House. Let the government prove its majority. Otherwise, they have no right to continue. This is the limited point that we made.
But Mr. Chavan, do you think that this protest then by the Congress went a little too far and got out of hand? I mean, at the end of the day, you have 5 of your MLAs who are suspended, and there are reports that the governor also got hurt.
No, I think it is not correct to say that governor was injured. And this is precisely the charges were made by the ruling party that some security officers were injured and there was some manhandling. It is entirely not true. I was present there myself. We only trying to block the way of the government of the governor till governor gave us a patient hearing. That's what happened. It was a loud protest without a doubt, because it is an unprecedented event in the history of Maharashtra. A government which has no legitimacy is trying to rule the state of Maharashtra. And therefore, while the ruling party moved a resolution trying to suspend some members of the Congress party, ultimately the Speaker decided to constitute a high-powered committee which will look at the video footage. If anybody has exceeded the limit, if there is any untoward happening by the Congress member, nobody will condone that. I'll be the first to express regrets and accept any punishment that is meted out. But now that the committee has been formed, I think we should not go ahead with the punishment. Let the committee find out if the people named were actually present there or they've just been named to settle scores. Let the committee find out.
But Mr. Chavan, was there a better way to do this? I know you're saying that this was an unprecedented situation, but was it necessary to be gherawing the governor this way?
No, I think it was not a gherav. The Honorable Governor was coming to address the joint session, and we are strongly protesting to him, saying that you must not let this illegitimate government to continue till they seek a vote of confidence in the House. Now this point was made very, very strongly, and there was no gherao of the government. Only thing is we blocked his way from going ahead and addressing the joint session. So I think it is wrong to say that either the governor was injured or that he was gherao. I don't accept that. There was a loud and a strong protest by Congress members.
How will you take this further though, Mr. Chavan? Because the government has cleared the trust vote. So how will you take this protest further from here?
No, I think government has not cleared the trust vote. I mean, you can always bulldoze when you don't have a majority. You can bulldoze your way by a voice vote and not put the resolution to vote. And this is unprecedented thing. I mean, I think we need some reforms. This is not, Maharashtra had a different democratic tradition. Never happened in the state of Maharashtra before. Why is the government afraid to seek a vote of confidence? Why is government afraid to tell us who supports them? It is a minority government.
But what are you going to do, Mr. Chavan? What will you do then? How will you take this forward?
No, I think we will pursue all the legitimate options that we have. But in the meanwhile, some of our members have been suspended by resolution of the House. A committee is looking into what actually happened. And I'm sure there is no intention whatsoever of doing any physical harm. I think the reports that that there was a manhandling, that is not true at all. The video footage will bear it out. Even you can see the video footage. It is not true at all. But if government bulldozes its way, I think this augurs very
But you know,
bad for
in everything
Maharashtra.
you said, Mr. Chavan, you're actually accusing the speaker of being partisan, whether it is with the voice vote and then with the suspension of your MLAs. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I think voice vote is unprecedented. And the voice vote will be resorted to only when you don't have a majority. So in a way, Bharatiya Janata Party has confirmed that they don't have a majority. Otherwise, there was no difficulty in putting the motion to vote a division and actually count heads, count numbers either by show of hands or by whatever means. But because BJP failed to do that, it confirms that BJP does not have a majority in Maharashtra House.
What does that mean? Because the NCP offered them unconditional support. So then why do you think that this played out the way that it did on the floor of the House? Was it to avoid showing publicly that the NCP was giving them support? What do you think?
Well, if there was a support of any other party, first of all, they claimed support of Shiv Sena. Now, Shiv Sena has legitimately claimed the status as the second largest party, the status of a leader of opposition. So now if Shiv Sena has become a leader of opposition, naturally Shiv Sena is not in the government. Now that leaves the fourth largest party, the NCP. If NCP was supporting BJP, then they get a clear majority. If they have a support of the NCP, then why didn't they put it to vote?